Hey guys, it's Brad Cumner here from Local Lead Agency. And today I just want to talk to you about something that's often neglected by local business owners, but something that's actually quite important. And that is how you can get 5-star Google reviews from your clients with ease and improve your Google Map rankings while doing it. So what is a Google Map, or Google My Business listing as it's commonly known, and why do I need it? So a Google My Business listing, or a GMB as I'm going to refer to it from here on in, it's a free map listing that every local business owner should have. Now, if you can actually do it right and get it set up correctly, you've got a good shot at getting yourself a prime piece of real estate on one of the top listings on the first page of Google for your most relevant search terms, and it's absolutely free. So something just to keep in mind here is that about 40% of first page traffic will click on one of the top 3 GMB listings. Now, another 20% would be attributed to Google AdWords or pay-per-click, which show up at the top of the page, and the other 40% would be attributed to the organic search results further down the page. So if you're a local business owner and either you have clients that come to you at a retail shopfront or premises, or whether you go out to them with a mobile service, a GMB listing is absolutely crucial piece of online presence that can't be ignored. So, I mean, when you really think about it, when you're looking for a product or service to buy, we often put a lot of faith in the recommendation of others. So whether that's by word of mouth from people that we know or trust, or whether it's by researching and reading online reviews. So if you're not overly familiar with what a GMB is, you might be wondering what it actually looks like. Earlier, I ran a search for plumber Brisbane. Now, this is the first page of results that appeared. At the top, we've got the Google AdWords or pay-per-click listings that I spoke about before. Down below, we've got our organic search results here. And right here in the middle of the page, we've got the Google Map or the Google My Business listings. So these 3 guys here are our top 3 listings that are showing up for me for plumbing in Brisbane. Now, there are plenty more businesses that have listings here, as you can see down the page. There's actually a heap of them. There's over 10 pages of these. Plenty of competition there. But the aim here is to do everything that we can to optimize our Google My Business listing so that we can hopefully get it to rank right here in the top 3. So how do you optimize it? Well, if you want to have a shot at being listed in those top 3 positions in your area, there's several ways that you can go about it, several different aspects that you can work on. We're not going to cover all of these in detail today, but I'll just briefly go over these. So you can optimize your photos and images that you upload. Now that involves things like correctly naming your files and using descriptive file names, not just leaving them as, image001.jpg. You actually use some of the keywords to name your files before you upload them, and also geotagging your photos. But like I said, we're not going to go right into that today. Selecting the most relevant category for your business or for your main product or service. There's plenty of Google My Business listings online where a business might have numerous different products and services, and they just, for some reason or another, when they've created the listing or someone's created the listing for them, they haven't really optimized and selected the most relevant category, which can really hurt your listing. Now, another one is having relevant website content on the page that your listing links to. So what I'm talking about there is this little website button here. You set that up in your listing to link off to a page on your website. Sometimes people just link it to their home page or to a page that's not necessarily descriptive of their service or their product offering. So for instance, let's say we've got a plumbing business in Brisbane, but we're actually gas hot water specialist or something like that. Well, we want to show up for gas hot water specialist or gas hot water plumbing in Brisbane. Now, if we want our listing to be relevant and optimized for that, then that little website link, we may not link it to our homepage. We might link it to the page on our site that talks about gas hot water systems and that we repair them and install them, etc., etc. So yeah, you can see where I'm going with that. It's just got to be, the content's got to match up with what we're trying to optimize for. Now, the one that we are going to talk about today is about how to get reviews from clients quite easily. Google reviews themselves will actually carry the most weight. You can, like Google will pick up on reviews from other sources like Facebook and other directories, but their own direct reviews, if you can get people to review on your actual GMB listing, that is going to carry the most weight with Google and help you with ranking that Google My Business listing. Okay, and we need to make it as easy as possible for clients to give us a 5-star review. Funnily enough, the process to actually do it is, the traditional process is not actually that easy. So the obvious way that you would be trying to collect these reviews is just to quite simply ask your clients for them. Now, the traditional way that you do this would involve you asking your clients to go to Google, and usually if you're doing this in person or even for someone that's quite busy, they're going to be doing this on their phone. And basically they're going to have to go to Google, search for your business name, possibly your address, because sometimes your Google My Business listing won't show up if they type in your business name. So they might need to put your name, address, phone number, and type all these things into the search bar just to try and find the listing in the first place. And then they've got to find the review button, which funnily enough is not really obvious. It's not in a very obvious spot. So it's the kind of thing that, this is the kind of thing that, you know, you're asking someone to give you a review, but, you know, leading the busy lives that we do these days, sometimes it just ends up being something that's too hard and they just lose interest in actually doing it. There is actually an easier and a better way that you can set this up for people to be able to easily leave you a review with just one click. The way that you create a link, a Google review link, sorry, I'm just going to go through this with you now, but there's a couple of things you need. And one of them is you need to have an iPhone, so or have access to one. Just borrow one off somebody else if you're an Android user or something like that. And that phone needs to have the Chrome web browser installed on it. And then you just need probably about 5 or 10 minutes to get this thing done. So we're just going to take a look at how to do that. I'm just going to share the screen on my iPhone. Okay, here we are on the iPhone screen. I'm just going to go into my Chrome browser and we need to open an incognito window. Now what you're going to be doing here is searching for your business name as you have it listed on your Google My Business listing. Now, I'm just going to use an example of one of the 3 guys that was on the plumbing results that I had before. I believe it was K&M Plumbing. Now, okay, great. This guy's Google My Business listing has shown up straight away for me at the top. Now that may not happen for you. If that's the case, you'll need to go back on here and possibly add to your business name your address or your phone number or both, just to try and find it. So once you do find your listing, you'll have an overview tab and a reviews tab. So you can click on the reviews tab and you can see this guy's got 1 5-star review. Now what we want to do is we want to click on the 5th star, the one furthest to the right, just here. And then it's going to load another page. Now it's asking us to sign in with our Google account to write a review. We don't want to do that. Basically, the reason is that what we're going to do is we're going to grab the URL for this page as it is right now. Now, if we sign in and then grab the URL, it's going to have our Google account or our username as part of that URL, and that's not what we want. We just want a generic URL that anybody can use on their own Google account. So just go to the top of the page and click in the address bar, select all, and copy. Okay, now with that link that you've got there now, that is the actual URL that we're going to use to share with our clients. Now, what you'll actually find once you paste that or share it somewhere, it's really, really long. What we're going to do now is go to the Google URL shortener, which I'll just search for here. All right, so this is it here. So I'd recommend using this. I use this for lots of different things, just to create little URLs that you can actually track them as well, but that's another story. What we're going to do is just hold our finger there and paste our really long URL in there. We've got to convince Google that we're not a robot. So here we go. Select all squares and street signs. That one looks pretty easy. Beautiful. All right. Now we just hit the shorten URL button. And up the top here, there's our new short little nice and tidy URL that we're going to be able to share with clients. So I've just copied that. Now, obviously I'd be able to paste that anywhere really, anywhere that I'd like to use it. Okay, so you can see that I've got the process we've just gone through listed on the page here. I'll just move on to the next page. This is basically showing you the URL shortener that we just used. And you can add this as, there's so many possibilities, but like on your website, in your email signature, via text or Facebook message when you follow up with a client after you've completed the job. You just want to get this link out there to as many happy clients, I should say, maybe not the ones that aren't so happy for any reason, but as many as your happy and satisfied clients as you can. And just it's really going to help give the ranking for your Google My Business listing a bit of a boost. And at the very least, if there's people that are looking for reviews online and they see your reviews, well, it's going to give them some confidence to actually contact your business over one of your competitors. Now, something you do need to be aware of is that if someone doesn't have a Google account, they're not actually going to be able to use this method to leave you a review. So, look, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It basically means that, it helps minimize having like random or anonymous people leaving bad reviews. Sometimes some underhanded competitors will leave crappy reviews for a business just to try and bring their ratings down. But it just helps minimize, all that sort of random activity going on. Now, if your client doesn't have a Google account, I'd certainly encourage them to leave you a review on your Facebook page. Google will pick up Facebook reviews as well. So it's always best to get a direct Google review if you can from somebody, but the second best thing would be to get a Facebook review. Okay. Now, if you're a business owner that actually, this is the first time you've seen a Google My Business listing or Google Map listing and you weren't aware that they existed, you're absolutely missing out on new customers and business growth every day. Now, if you operate a business that's from home and you don't really want to publicly list your street address, that's fine. We can certainly work around that with creating a listing for you. Now, if you find this stuff just confusing or daunting, or you just don't have time, you're doing other things in your business and you just don't have time to get this done, we can certainly help. If you feel that you need help with strengthening your online presence or maximizing your exposure to your ideal clients, then certainly feel free to get in touch. Once again, my name is Brad Cumner and I'm from Local Lead Agency and we're based in Ipswich in Queensland. My email address is brad@localleadagency.com.au. You can get me on the mobile 0498 088 573, or just head straight over to Facebook and search Local Lead Agency and you'll find us there as well. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope it's been of use and have a good day.